Accusations of deceptive fundraising have also hurt the movement. Some former members claim they were instructed to deceive the public in collecting donations. The practice was known as transcendental trickery. This Krishna follower was recently soliciting donations at the Houston Zoo. One of the people she solicited was the producer of this program, who was wearing a hidden microphone.
Would you like a button, sir? Sure. We're helping needy kids in the area. Like to pitch in something to help out?
Oh, really? Helping needy kids? Selling buttons?
We have a distribution center. It's just donations, you know.
Yeah.
It's on Rosalie.
What's in your button?
It's for free food and educational benefits.
Is it church affiliated or?
No, we're not. No religion.
No religion?
No.
Huh. Well, that's
give
pretty
a few pennies
interesting.
or something. Everything helps.
Yeah, so, well, like what areas do, I mean, are these like helping Houston kids or?
Yeah, in the Houston area. We deal with the Houston government. Although, like I said, we're worldwide, but we deal with the government involved in each area. We're government funded to some degree. This is why we get names. You know, they give us names of families that need help, need clothes.
The woman described herself as being with an organization called ISKCON. After further questioning, she revealed that ISKCON is an acronym for the Society for Krishna Consciousness, the Hare Krishnas.
There's a committee in each area, and they're volunteers, you know, and they decide how the money should be distributed, who gets what, you know, because we give to some organizations too as well.
Oh, yeah,
you know,
like what kind?
We're Red Cross, we try and help as much as we can, Salvation Army, Goodwill.
Our management accounting office have checked our records pretty thoroughly, and the best of their knowledge, they haven't found any indication of that, no receipts or anything.
Not only does the Red Cross deny receiving money, so do Goodwill and Salvation Army representatives. In addition, the Krishnas are not affiliated with any government agencies. Pandava Pijay, the director of the Krishna temple in Houston, claims that deception is not a regular practice, but an occasional mistake.
No, they're not supposed to do that, but what happens is sometimes you get someone that is very young and they're very, you know, overzealous. Just like when I was in business, sometimes my salesmen, they would puff up their product so much that then the customer would return it because it didn't do what he said. So sometimes some of the members are overzealous, but as they become older, the older members, they never do anything like that. It's like, it's against our principles. But younger people, younger members, sometimes they want so much to serve God like that, they get a little excited.
Pijay says the money actually goes toward meals for followers or anyone else interested in attending their Sunday night service and dinner. Some of the money is also going to the renovation of this building, the Krishna Temple in downtown Houston. Plans include opening a vegetarian restaurant here. Of all the new religious movements that have sprouted in the United States in recent years, perhaps the most bizarre is the Children of God.
They have come to really believe more in sex than in anything. It's really become sort of a sex cult. The children grow up around a total sort of free sexual attitude, and they're actually encouraged in having sex with each other, in having sex with adult members, and parents even with their own children. And we're talking about from the time a child is, 4 or 5 years old.
Larry Bisman is a former bishop in the Children of God, a group that has gone by other names, including the Family of Love and the Club. Former members claim government investigations have forced the church to change its name frequently. David Berg, also known as Moses David, founded the group in 1966. His church doctrine openly endorses sex as a means of recruiting converts. These graphic pamphlets are printed by Moses David for his 5,000 to 7,000 followers worldwide. Annika Scheiberl and her husband Ron used to be part of that following. Annika's recruitment into the group is typical of how many young people leave mainstream religion to join some of the newer movements.
At the time, I had just dropped out of college. I had a job I hated. My roommate had just moved out on me. I was living back with my parents. My boyfriend and I had just broken up. I mean, nothing else could go wrong. And when
Annika had first heard about the group from a fellow student at the University of Houston. He spoke of a Christian group he had met in nearby Herman Park. The group was having dinner that night in this house, about a mile from the university. Annika decided to attend, and when she arrived, she found about 60 people in the house. That night, they showered her with love. She joined the next day.
I thought it was just totally going out to serve God, to witness to people. And I just found out that things weren't as they appeared, and when I would ask questions, just, you know, really wanting to know why this was happening or why that was happening, I was told that I shouldn't question this. You should always obey your leaders, ultimately.
About 6 months after Annika joined, Moses David began to encourage women in the group to use sex as a means for converting members who would donate all their money and material goods to Berg.
If you didn't do it, you were being selfish. And if you felt any jealousy, that the jealousy was from the devil. And I remember coming home from being out with my husband late one night and finding a couple in every room in the colony, laying on the floor or a couch or a bed making love. And it just...
In his writings, Moses David also encourages women members to engage in prostitution. Usually, the young women work under the guise of an escort service. Claiming he was sexually repressed as a child, Moses David also pressures parents to get their children sexually active at as young an age as possible.
He said that the women, the child care workers, should feel free to, you know, play with the young children to help them be aware of their sexual parts. And we left before, I mean, we never got involved with that, but we left before it really got into where the children were actually making love with each other. 9, 10-year-old children making love with the older boys, little boys in the group, 11, 12 years old.
Annika and Ron abandoned the group in 1977. Ron's position as a bishop enabled the Scheiberls to avoid the pressure to partake in a deviant sexual lifestyle. As one of the few couples in the group whose marriage was not arranged by Moses David, it was their genuine love for each other that finally led them to leave the children of God. Jean Nostos has also had an experience with the children of God. However, her story does not have such a happy ending. Nostos' daughter, who chooses to remain anonymous, left the children of God in 1979. When Nostos' daughter left, she took her 4 children with her and moved to Hawaii to be closer to her parents.